to capitalize on the convergence of entertainment and technology and to better compete with AOL Time Warner, Sony says it is reorganizing parts of its electronics business to get internal units working together more effectively. The company hopes to more quickly provide interactive services over a growing array of gadgets such as digital music players, cable set-top boxes, cell phones, and game consoles. Now, as we told you earlier, Sony has run into more trouble with the Japanese version of PlayStation 2. Joining us now is GameSpot TV host Adam Sessler. Hello, Adam.
Hello, how are you doing?
First of all, can you tell me more about this glitch?
Well, yes.
I'm doing good, but Sony isn't.
Yes, definitely. If you have a Japanese PlayStation 2 in the U.S., which most people don't have, but if you do and you want to watch your own American DVD movies, there is a way to do it. Now, what you need is from your old PlayStation, the original one, you take your digital controller. This is the oldest version. Some of them have these analog sticks that are on them, but this is like the original one. You plug it in, and as it's loading up the movie, the American movie you put in, you just press up on the digital pad right here, and then all of a sudden, boom, your movie's going to work. Now, this is the PlayStation 2 that we have right here.
What do you think of this new console?
Well, it's definitely very, very attractive. It has this nice sleek design. People seem to be very fond of this blue light right here on the console. This is how we can tell if it's working in the eject button. You enter your DVDs in here, and it pretty much is, it's a much sleeker design, and it can be held up on its side as well. You have to have a special stand to do that. But probably the most impressive aspect is this analog controller. Most of them used to have a digital pad here, so you would hit the button, and that button would then create some sort of response. And now these are sensitive to how hard you actually press them, both the buttons here and on this side, as well as your analog sticks. This will add a lot to the gameplay. Some of the games that are out right now don't really utilize this as much, but it definitely will be adding a lot to the gaming experience.
Now, aside from the DVD issue, are there any other problems with this console?
There are some problems. Actually, we have a game that we're going to be showing here right now, and if you look at that, there's an issue called anti-aliasing, where you have. Here we go.
The game.
And you can see on the sides that you have that sort of busy look. Now, those are some of the polygons that are running up against one another. And that's called anti-aliasing. That would usually take care of that. Would make a smoother look. Some people on a lot of news groups have pointed out that this is becoming, they're surprised that the Sony PlayStation 2 is going to has this element on it. But Sony themselves is saying that this is part of the traditional look of the PlayStation. But hopefully in future games you're going to see that smooth out quite a bit.
Now, overall, how would you rate the PlayStation 2?
It is very impressive. One thing that people need to know, there's been a lot of sort of negative talk spoken about it, is that Japanese launches for game console systems tend to be very unimpressive. The Dreamcast launch was shockingly unimpressive. The types of games that Japanese consumers like are much different than the ones Americans do. So when these Japanese games come out with the launch of a console, people tend to be rather underwhelmed. I'm not terribly excited, but at the same time, I think the future holds some really good things.
What about some of the other systems coming out? There's something from Nintendo and also Microsoft.
Right. Microsoft has the Xbox, which they announced. That is an incredibly powerful machine if it will be delivered as they promised. It will be about 2 times as powerful as the PlayStation 2. It's going to have a 600 megahertz CPU. The PlayStation 2 has a 300 megahertz, and it's going to have a 300 megahertz graphics chip, and the PlayStation 2 has a 150 megahertz graphics chip.
Now, it seems like the PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 1, they don't even compare. This is like a little mini computer.
Yes, this is like a little mini computer. It still doesn't have a hard drive, which the Xbox will have. And you can also play your PlayStation 1 games on the PlayStation 2. And they actually will perform better than they do on your original PlayStation machine.
And the response has been wonderful in Japan.
Yes, they've sold out.
When can gamers expect?
We're going to have the PlayStation 2 here, hopefully, in the fall of 2000.
All right. Thanks for joining us, Adam.